My name is Saurabh and welcome to Tech Mavericks. This is my first video and today I'm going to be installing LED headlamps in my Skoda Rapid. Now this video is basically a comparison between Osram headlamps which I have already installed in two of my other cars and the Philips Rally, the latest generation headlamps from Philips, which I'm going to be installing in my Skoda Rapid today. So let's begin. This is a Skoda Rapid 2017 model. It's an ambition model, which is a middle model. So I had installed HIDs in this car in 2019, I guess, and now I'm going to uninstall those HIDs. You can see there is wiring harness, the ballast, and there is this is the ballast for the left driver side one HID, and I'm going to uninstall this, and then I'm going to install these H4 bulbs, the Philips Rally, the most powerful and the most efficient bulb in the market right now. It's a 100-watt chip, 50 watt per bulb, 4500 lumens. So I have taken out the HID. As you can see, it's an H4 HID, and this was the bulb which was installed. That is the ballast and that is the driver circuit. So it was installed in the headlight without this thing, without this cover, and because at that time I didn't know much about headlights when I bought these, so it was installed like this. So you can see there's only one filament, and this filament moves around like this, in and out, to create the pattern of H4. Now H4 is a assembly where high and low both are in the same headlight housing. As you can see, there is only one. You will find this type of assembly in most of the cars, like in the lower end cars, and as well as in the few older models of high-end cars also. So it just has one, that is the DRL. Please don't misunderstand it. This is the indicator, that is the DRL. It is in this model only, and you'll find this type of assembly in most of the cars if you ignore the DRL, because there is one headlight and then it's one indicator. So in these kind of headlights you'll find this H4 bulb. That is why it has three terminals, for one for high beam, one for low beam. These are the factory fitted bulbs in this car. It's a Philips bulb, 35 watt bulb. So as you can see, there is one reflector, small reflector, in which there is one, you can see that, just a second. There is a small reflector, chromium reflector, in which you can see there is a, you can actually see here, here it is one filament, and here it is the other filament. So there are two filaments, one for the low beam, this one is for the low beam, this one is for the low beam, and this one is for the high beam. So similar is the setup in that bulb also, but it is not very ideal, because the design of the bulb should be as close to this one to create the nice beam pattern. So what happens is, most of us opt for HIDs, and the guy who installed mine installed it like this, without this protector, without this cover, without this reflector. What it does is it tries to mimic this original halogen bulb to create a nice and ideal beam pattern, but I don't think it will create that. It will create a nice cutoff, but I don't think it will be able to create something very good, because it's far from ideal, you can see. However, if we take a look at these bulbs, these are the LEDs, you can see this reflector, something similar to what is there in that halogen bulb, factory fitted halogen bulb. And there is one more, this filament type LED array, this one for the high beam, and the one inside those reflector is for the low beam, to create the cutoff, to create the perfect beam pattern. Now I know there is one because Philips has made these LEDs in China, so there is some Chinese thing going around in here, some Chinese cost cutting, and some design flaws, because this thing is not chromium like that one and on that one. So you're not going to see any chrome in here, because that is chrome is the one chrome is the thing which can reflect the light, right? So they have just given a cutoff made of black colored plastic, or it's aluminum, I guess. It's aluminum, but it will create a nice and ideal beam pattern, just like the halogens, unlike this one. So this is a mistake which many people do. I do want to make sure when you buy LEDs from market, you can go for any brand. They're going to show you numerous Chinese brands also. I've seen many reputed shops, they are selling out LEDs, H4 LEDs, and it just has one array. Yes, one array, just one array, and they call it an H4. It's not an H4. It might come with an H4. There might be a few 2-3 LEDs above these 3 LEDs which you can see in here, but it is not an H4 at all, because there is no cutoff, there is no reflector type architecture present in those LEDs. So it is not going to create a high and low cutoff beam. They are placing some LEDs, they are doing it like this. They're not even providing this reflector at all. There are just 3 or 4 LEDs here and 3 and 4 here, and they think they'll create a cutoff. Yes, it sort of creates a beam pattern like the H4 bulb, but it is not ideal. Your low beam will fall into high beam, and your high beam will leak some light into the low beam. So it is not very ideal. It is not good, because you are going to be blinding people while driving in the low beam, and during high beam, your high beam will not be focused straight towards the higher side of the road, but it will fall rather on the lower side of the road. So for an instance, you will think that your light has been upgraded, you are feeling good light output, but it is not very useful, since it is going to blind other people. And this is kind of a scam I want to tell you guys through this video. Okay guys, so I installed these headlights, Philips headlights, in my car. So there was one issue. The other reflector was working perfectly, but this reflector, the adjustment was broken. So the light was very down, falling really close to the car, and the high beam wasn't properly focused. So I tried doing this on the headlight. I used the adjusters to adjust the headlight, but they were sort of clumsy, and they were since the headlight has not been touched for the past 5 to 6 years, so they were jammed. They were really jammed, and I tried to adjust them, but they couldn't be adjusted. Instead, it was broken. So now I'm trying to fix the headlight. I've taken out the headlight. So guys, as you can see, that is a ball joint in the rear, the black colored one, which you can see. Just a second, I'll point towards that to let you know better. That is the ball joint. That one, that right there is the ball joint, and what was inside that was this. This goes through there to the ball joint, and it attaches to that, and it tries to move it to and fro to adjust the beam of the headlight. It came out, as you can see. This thing goes inside that, and it has detached now. I'll show you another example to make you understand better. It's like this, this one, the white colored joint over here. See how it goes inside that ball joint. So this is the mechanism, similar mechanism which is here for another light. Now you can see I have installed these headlamps, and there are a lot of blind spots in here inside the beam pattern. Like you can see the conical area right over here, the conical shape which the headlamps are making. These are not there in halogens or any other good LEDs. So the beam pattern of these LEDs is not very great. So let me show you the high beam. The high beam is even worse. You can see lot of black spots. These phones have a lot of have a huge aperture, so they are able to capture more light. But the light is actually not very dim, but it's dim. So it's not falling too far. As you can see, it's just right over to that pickup that is going. So it's not even illuminating the back of the pickup properly. In the phone you might be able to actually see that it is falling quite far, because the small amount of light it is also able to capture, but actually it's not. So there are a lot of blind spots here. You notice them as soon as you turn the steering wheel. A lot of blind spots. The beam angle is not very perfect. So I wouldn't recommend this light to everyone, as I thought it would be a very cost efficient headlight bulb, but I wouldn't recommend this to everyone because of this. See this is the high beam. I'm in my home. I'm at my home near my flats. So you can see these black spots here. They're even more visible here because of these tiles. This is the low beam. See, there are a lot of blind spots. This is because of the bad construction of the LED headlamp. So I've seen many videos. The higher wattage headlamps mostly have these sort of issues, because to make a higher wattage lamp, the manufacturers have to make it thicker. So the thicker the headlamp, the more will be the blind spots you will get to see on the road, because it will not copy the headlamp style, I'm sorry, the halogen style. So the closer it is to a halogen lamp, the construction of the LED, the better the beam pattern will be on the road. So I've seen many videos of many people installing these headlights on YouTube, and I have seen these blind spots and a weirdish pattern, especially for the H4 ones. The H7 might not have that much of a big of an issue, but yes, in projectors these are not recommended. The light output is good for the projectors, but the construction of the LED headlight bulb is not recommended inside a projector. It is performing so bad on a reflector, so you couldn't expect it to work on a reflector. Choose those headlight bulbs which are really thin at the center, from where the LED light emitting diodes are placed on the headlight. They should be really thin so that the light falls all over the reflector and all over the projector. As you can see, the Osram headlamps installed in my Renault Duster gave much better results than the Skoda Rapid, even though the Skoda Rapid, the Philips ones, being higher in wattage. So this wattage game is really annoying in today's market. You are going to be really disappointed or pissed at the performance some of the headlamps can give you because of their design. So my personal recommendation is, you can save some money and some time also. you can use Osram headlamps only, and 25 watts are enough. You don't need to blind everyone, you just need to see what is ahead of your car. So I guess 25-watt headlamps from Osram are more than enough, more than sufficient, and they are cost effective too. I am already using it in two of my other cars. One is Renault Duster, I already told you about, and the other one is Volkswagen Polo. Both of them are using a dual barrel setup, so the light output is really decent, and I would recommend the Oshrams to everyone. Other than this, I recommended these Philips Rallies to one of my other friends also. So he installed them in XUV 500. Something similar setup which I have got in my Renault Duster. A projector setup for low beam and a reflector setup for high beam. So the what the as you can see, the beam pattern is again beyond anything which is usable. So I wouldn't recommend these headlamps to anyone, the Philips Rally, even though they are very cost effective, but the performance is not up to the mark. So I would say stick to Osram. And that's it for this video. If there are any doubts, I can make a specific video for headlights only. And see you in next video.